It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the Wizards, dismal record over the last 10 games, just 2-8. Nothing seems to be going their way right now. And for the Washington Wizards, last season there were rumors about issues with chemistry, their star players not always seeing eye to eye. Guys, can you win when that's the case?
Ernie, you can, but you need great talent. And their talent is good, but not great.
Have you ever been on a team, Shaq, where you didn't see eye to eye with any of your players?
No, because I just punch him in the eye.
So now it sees eyes to eye.
I don't know what you're talking about, Kenny.
You punch him in one eye, he can't see out of it.
What?
Okay. Well, a team like the Wizards, they need more than just the sum of the parts. They got to play better together, and they have to be on the same page. They don't have the talent that a Shaquille O'Neal has that can actually get through that type of controversy.
So you always got along great with everybody you played with.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
I've heard that story.
I know you have.
$20,000 fans in chorus in a sold-out arena here in Phoenix, Arizona. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge out on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, when Devin Booker's father finished his playing career in Europe, Devin, who was then 15, moved from Michigan to Mississippi to train with him. Devin said it was a culture shock, but it was the best decision I ever made. I was a student of the game, but I never understood the grind. He instilled that, and it stuck with me. Kevin?
And that kind of toughness is crucial to have at a young age. Thanks, D.A. Well, the Suns' issue last season was their defensive focus, Brent. Bottom 5 in the league in defense, and had a lot of trouble not committing silly fouls on defense.
That's where youth plays a huge part, Kevin. Inexperience, not understanding the nuances of the NBA defensive game. And a lot of times what you'll see, Kevin, is young guys getting caught up in the idea that, hey, I stopped my man, I did a good job defensively, and that's not really what team defense is all about, certainly at the NBA level.
So Phoenix will get the first possession. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The explosive backcourt is Wall and Beal at the 1 and 2. Porter and Morris are the forwards. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. There's a screen by Chris. He used that pick to get in close. Payton's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Suns.
Showing some initiative there.
Yeah, he takes advantage of what the defense is providing him, and that's the first bucket of the game.
Outside, Wall. To the left side wing. And stolen by Booker. Payton outside. Dishes to Chandler. Pass to Chris. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. 5 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Gortat with the rebound. On defense, the Suns outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
I don't think any measure of D could have made up for their shortcomings on the offensive end. They couldn't find a way to maintain any kind of success on that end of the floor.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Outside, Wall. Here's Porter. That's good. And so Wall with the assist.
And you really got to appreciate Wall. I mean, always surveying the floor. Just wonderful recognition when his teammates are open.
Now here's Booker. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. Will not go. This is off the front iron. So it's Washington now, fresh from a win against Portland.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Felt like the louder the crowd got and the more hostile they were, the more together this team played. So worked out nicely.
Now here's Payton. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Payton kicks to Booker. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Beal. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
And now here's Chris. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
Shot clock at 6 from past the arc.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Again, the miss by Booker. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better.
The Suns shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again.
Oh,
so hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. You know, do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound, Washington. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Beal's got 5 points so far.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Down low, Chandler. And Chandler throws it down.
Got to keep Chandler out of the paint when he's in there that close to the rim with that size. He's ramming it home.
Wall passes to Gortat. Outside, Beal. Good D by Booker.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Well, Marquise Chris and his agility help him get to those kind of positions. What a finish.
Wizards trail by 3. All with it. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. There's Beal with the 3. Beal can't get that one to fall. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Booker in the corner. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Chris can't hit.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Booker outside. Out to the wing. Pass to Jackson. Here's a screen by Chris. Here's Payton. That's short off the rim. The Wizards have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Here's Payton after the basket by Washington. There's a good screen. Chandler a screen. Booker with no one around. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 5 assists in the game. Washington trailing. Outside, Wall. On the wing, Porter. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Porter's got 7 points. Phoenix is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Payton dishes to Booker. Lets it go from deep. Here's Chris. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Washington.
Marquise Chris has potential oozing from his fingertips. So exciting and so athletic at that 4 spot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And with Marquise Chris out of the University of Washington, the 8th overall pick from 2016, he took a little bit of time to get settled as a rookie, but about halfway through the season, you could see the light go on, and you could see why the team brought him in. Explosive as a 4-man and great at running the floor.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Lenz checked in for Chandler. T.J. Warren comes in for Jackson. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Devin Booker, and Knight subbed in for Payton. And with Chris, the length and mobility that he shows at his position, Brent, something that GMs and coaches are always searching for.
Well, kind of cool that the guy just turned 20 years old during the summer. I look forward to the progress that Marquise Chris is going to make after 75 starts in his rookie season. An explosive 4-man around the rim.
Here is Frazier. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. And here's Frazier. An 11-point game for him in the win against Portland. Lays it up and banks it in. Frazier's got it all tied up now for Washington. The Suns have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Ran a screen. Knight against Frazier. From deep 3-point range, the shot by Knight no good. The Wizards shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Frazier kicks to Oubre. It's Scott on the wing. Scott missing again. Well, Phoenix shooting 47% here so far. Here's Warren. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And he makes the first. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start, but Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
The Suns making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Washington has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Frazier kicks to Meeks. The kick out to Frazier, expanding his range. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. The Suns leading. Now Daniels, quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Meeks on the wing. Over Daniels. From the left block, he sends it through. Meeks got his first points of the night. And here are the Suns now. Knight kicks to Daniels. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Len sets a screen for Knight. Shot off the pick. Rebound, Washington. Last time they met was in Washington.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on a scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
Now here's Frazier. Kelly Oubre unable to get his last shot to go. Mahimi, as we've seen, many teams play a little bit of a soft zone defensively. What's the best way, you think, Brent, to counteract that when you're trying to run your half-court offense?
Well, the best way to counteract anybody who's softening up on the backside of the zone is to overload that side of the court, Kevin. So now all of a sudden, if you make a shift with more players on one side of the floor, there's no way for 3 to cover 2 on the backside. That's where teams can gain incredible advantage.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Well, Greg, for 2 straight seasons before this, the Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be, and ultimately that's going to determine whether they can contend.
Williams kicks to Len. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Knight against Frazier. To the wing on the left. Oubre passes to Mahimi. Shoots over Len. And he can't bank that one in. Phoenix has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Knight wide open. Again, the miss by Knight. 1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Frazier dishes to Meeks. No good on that one. And Phoenix will come the other way. Warren with the ball. Now defended by Oubre. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Frazier kicks to Meeks. Meeks on the wing. Over Daniels. Meeks, good. Meeks got his second bucket of the night.
That's what you want to work for, a high percentage look from deep.
Here is Daniels. He's guarded by Meeks. Floats one, and he sinks the layup. Daniels has got it all tied up now for the Suns.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Scott the pass to Mahimi. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Wizards lead by 2.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Outside Williams. Glenn a screen. Here's Knight. Scott pulls it in.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Meeks outside. Rebound by Williams. Meeks gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Here's Warren. That's tipped. Here's Len. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Scott. Here's Meeks. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Wizards leading by just 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who taught me my form. I followed through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
So on the floor for Washington, Frazier is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then there's Oubre, and it's Scott in a power forward. Now here's Warren. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto. Knight against Frazier. Now here's Oubre. He's covered closely. Mahinmi kicks to Oubre. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Warren. Shoots over Oubre. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Kelly Oubre.
One of the players last year who made a big leap in their play, and especially consistency in their playing, was one TJ Warren. He picked it up on defense. That's the reason why he earned maybe a few extra minutes from Earl Watson. Ended up being a big contributor to the Suns.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And with Warren, a guy who wasn't really expected to do so much with any team, but now Brady is viewed as a big part of the future.
Well, I think a lot of teams were curious as to whether or not TJ Warren, coming out of North Carolina State, could be as an explosive a scorer as he was in college. And in Phoenix last year, up to 31 minutes a game, averaged about 14 per, and as a wing runner and a guy who can get into the mid-range and paint and create havoc, he had a pretty solid year.
So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you 2 examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete.
And the Wizards with possession, following the score by Phoenix. Frazier kicks to Meeks. Now here's Oubre. He's covered by Warren. Oubre can't get it to go. The Suns trailing. Over in the corner, Warren. Outside Knight. He dishes it to Williams. Over Mahinmi, and the rejection by Mahinmi. Makes it off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Knight dishes to Land. Knight passes to Warren. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Warren's got 7.
Some good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Morris with the screen for Wall. Off target at the rim.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Now here's Booker. 5 points in the game. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. It's Wall with the draw.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
And not many players at that position, as explosive as he is in a close game, just rose up to the challenge.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
Now, you bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
Payton kicks to Chris. And it's sent back by Morris. They retain possession. And the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot. But he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now. The Suns have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
Morris with a screen on Booker. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Outside, Wall. 4 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Morris. Over Chris.
Young players struggle to play defense without fouling, especially bigs, and Marquise Chris defended that one well. No whistle.
Outside Jackson. And now here's Chris. Tight defense on him. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. There's Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards fans finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
And he can't get the first one. And it's tied up with that one. Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said. Porter kicks the wall. Feeds it to Gortat. Takes a three. And again, Washington no good. The Suns have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. No good from Payton. Washington's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Wall out to Morris over Chris. And again, Washington no good.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. You need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
No one near Payton as he lets it go. Payton can't get that one to fall. The Wizards have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Outside, Wall. Shot to stop the drought, and it's good. 2 points.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can. Easy to appreciate Wall, an all-star caliber talent who just fills up the stat sheet.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Payton passes to Chris. Back to Payton. And it's the Suns with the ball. Jackson dishes to Payton. 6 on the shot clock. Chris kicks to Payton. Back to Chris. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Wizards.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team, just as you might expect. The bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
The Wizards with the lead. Now here's Wall. He has 5. Outside for Beal. Shoots the 3. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
Now here's Booker. He has 5. Chandler the pass to Payton. Looking for Chris. He gets it there. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Morris. On the wing, Porter. Outside, Beal. There's the triple. That doesn't go either for Beal.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
Left side, Jackson. There's the pass to Chris. Suns moving the ball around. And here's Booker from the arc. Cans it from downtown. Booker's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Booker shooting the ball immediately off the pass. Defense, really no chance.
Porter dishes to Wall. Morris a screen. Kicks it to Beal. In the corner, it's Morris. Here's Gortat. Chandler with the block.
That's what he does, Tyson Chandler, redirecting that one.
Pass to Chris. Over Morris. Chris gets the bucket. Chris has got 8 points. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now, here's Wall. He has 5, and that one drops for him.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Here's Booker. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And that's his second in this quarter, guys. He's made 3 so far this game and is showing no signs of slowing down.
There's a screen by Gortat. Wall against Payton, and Wall kicks to Beal. He feeds it to Gortat. Morris right side. Just 5 to shoot, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
And so here's Phoenix. They trail by 1. Plan a screen, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Booker. Averaging about 22 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
Daniels, he's checked in for Phoenix. And a switcher also for Washington. Scott's checked in. The feed to Meeks. Oubre with it. Here's Scott, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Alex Len picks one up. Washington shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. First free throw is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Scott hits them both.
Well, you know what this Suns team wants to do when they go up against you. They are looking to get out in the open floor and get easy baskets off transition. One of the best teams in the league when it comes to capitalizing on the break.
Now, here's Warren. 7 points in the game. Rebound, Washington. And in general, this Suns team looks to push the tempo, Greg, and play at a very high pace whenever they can.
You know, if you look over the history of the franchise, they've always been at their best when they've played that style. The Suns and that running gun mentality just seem to go hand in hand. And I think also it happens to work well with the athletes that are presently on this roster.
Meeks with it. And it's Knight picking him up. They get the rebound. And Mahimi with the stuff.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
Here is Knight after the basket by Washington. Just 4 to shoot. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Now here's Frazier. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Knight kicks to Daniels. And they get it. Here's Len, and the rejection by Mahimi. Now, here's Meeks. He's covered by Daniels. Frazier. And the shot falls short this time. Phoenix has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. And the shot by Warren, no good.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Scott, good. And it's the Suns with the ball. Tied for 3. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Washington Wizards going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Brandon, what's the key to the second half?
I think we're doing all right, but we always want to improve. We always want to get better, and we just want to apply the principles that we applied throughout the week. So I think we did a good job, early on. Then we started to get fatigue and get a little bit tired. So I think we got to continue to play through adversity.
Well, we'll see if you can find your second win in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the time we reached halftime. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
Their three-point shooters struggle to get into a rhythm. It's a mental thing. You start clanking them, and your teammates start. It's contagious. Now, percentage-wise, shooting in the low 30s, it's not horrific, but it's not great. And they have to improve their accuracy from deep in the second half, or they're going to have a hard time coming back.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
Well, his shooting has fueled the offense, and we'll see if they can get him the ball to see if he can keep it going in the second half.
Wizards leading by 10. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Suns, Booker and Jackson, the young perimeter pair. Chris and Chandler are up front, and it's Payton in at the point guard.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Chandler is screen. Puts it up from 12. Payton gets the bucket. Payton's got his third bucket of the night.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
Now here's Wall, and stolen by Chris. There's the lob to Jackson. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Outside, Wall. There's the dish to Beal. Pass to Porter. Gortat with the screen for Porter. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The 17-footer. Gortat comes up with the rebound. Gortat's got 9 rebounds in the game. getting it done. Porter against Jackson. And Porter, here we go. Phoenix grabs the miss. Jackson's got 6 rebounds in the game. There's a screen by Chris. Jackson misses.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Wall against Payton. Beal gets a wide open look. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 7th assist here tonight. Suns trail by 11. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Dishes it to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. 5 on the clock. It's good from long range. Booker's got 14 points for the game.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
Now here's Beal. He's got 11. One-on-one fast break. Here's Chris. Wall with a block. They get it back. Chris kicks to Payton. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Morris. Washington leading now by 8. Outside Beal. Back to Wall. And Wall slams it home.
And he can just fly. We know that about Wall now, that he's got plenty of ways to finish at the rim once he gets up, and beyond.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And first timeout of the game called for Phoenix.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And an interesting look here at the top assisting point guards this season. Setting up teammates, being a playmaker. One of the hallmarks of being a premier point guard in the NBA. Elfrid Payton is second.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
Those are some of the best basketball minds in the NBA. The way they think the game out there is remarkable. Always several steps ahead of the defense, finding the right angles, the right openings, and making one unbelievable play after another.
So it's Washington now, following the score by Phoenix. Gortat misses.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here's Jackson. That one doesn't go. And it's Washington the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
And the layup is good. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
And I love the confidence with which Jackson plays. Even when the D is bodying him up, he just powers through it.
Now here's Wall. 9 points in the game so far. And Wall with the slam.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
That always energizes your teammates. They feel your imagination, get motivated, and helps you extend your lead as well.
Washington leading now by 8. Scoring has never been an issue for Booker, but as he grows into a bigger role, Brent, on this team, you'll want him to do more than just score.
Of course, a remarkable shooter. You'd like his shot selection to get better. But you'll wonder, as this team grows and grows around what Devin Booker has in terms of his potential, where it is that he can go.
Gortat misses. The Suns have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Payton gets the bucket.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Beal with a screen on Payton. Wall attacking. Here's Gortat, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Beautiful timing, execution, great move to the rack. Suns
trail by 8. Booker outside. Payton outside. It's Jackson atop the key. Payton against Wall. Payton attacking. The shot comes out, and Washington the other way now. Beal from long range, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 8th assist in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. His squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
2 points. That one goes.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Phoenix calls timeout. And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league. And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Now, here is Knight. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
And Knight is solid at getting loose inside. He finds a way to score deep in the paint.
Washington leading now by 11. Frazier outside. Meeks on the wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Brent, many teams have cracked down on cell phone use during practices and during games. Can anything be done on a league level in that regard?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm getting a call.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you put him on hold for just a second?
Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to Kevin Harlan. Yeah, it's a different age. I don't think the league, Kevin, can do anything with regards to how players use their mobile devices. That's up to the team and how it is a coach make sure that the demands of what your practice schedule is and your game schedule and your attentiveness to those times that you need to be there, that takes precedent.
Yep, that one goes in there. Land's got 6. Wizards leading by 11. Frazier kicks to Meeks. It's Scott on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Frazier, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 8 points for him. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Daniels. He's guarded by Meeks. Knight passes to Len, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
So a moment now to see the story on Jan Mahinmi. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's around 6 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
And he makes the first. And Alex Len, the 5th overall pick from the 2013 draft, is with all young centers, Brent. He took some time to adjust to the league.
Well, he will turn 25 years old during the season, so you wonder if Phoenix's style of play is something that ends up winning out rather than what Alex Len provides for you in terms of his size, his ability down low to block shots and maybe score some points. But he's a center that still has potential.
And Washington has possession. And here's Frazier. He's got 8. Passes it to Meeks. He dishes it to Mahinmi. Deflects the pass. Tries from 16. Oubre can't get it to go. Suns trail by 11. Outside Knight. Here's Daniels. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Len, good. Len's got 6 in the quarter.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
Frazier outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Len, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Jackson, he's checked in for Phoenix. For Washington, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And Tim Frazier, undrafted out of Penn State, but as a rookie in the D-League, he won the league's MVP award back in 2015.
Well, he had a sensational year that year, and he's gotten some good looks. Philadelphia and Portland, time in New Orleans, but deserving a shot at the NBA at 6'1". This guy is just a scrapper and plays with tremendous confidence.
So he comes up empty, missing both. Suns trail by 9. Warren dishes to Knight. Jackson in the corner. Oubre with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Here's Meeks. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Jackson misses.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Frazier, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Brandon Knight.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Wizards have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Frazier. And Frazier drops them both. And here are the Suns now. 11-point game. Jackson, a screen on Frazier. Over in the corner, Williams. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Frazier left side. Another miss by Frazier. Phoenix has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Meeks, good. Meeks got the lead up to 13 now for Washington.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Knight. There's a screen. Warren, good. Warren's got 9 points.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Mahinmi kicks to Scott. Good on the triple.
And you could see some miscommunication on the defensive end of the floor that time. No excuse for letting a player get that good a look on that possession.
Daniels with it. He's guarded by Meeks. There's 1:17 left to play here in the third. Shot clock at 5. Off the pick. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Here's Meeks. The Suns getting the bucket over Daniels. Misses off the left iron. Now here's Jackson. Not a lot of room. 35 seconds left in the third. And it's good, 2 points.
And how about Jackson's quicks? I mean, he just explodes to the basket. Incredible at driving inside.
Now here's Frazier. He's got 10. Got a piece of it. They recover it. Here's Scott. Off target from outside. Here's Daniels. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Daniels has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Suns. Up top, Meeks over Daniels. Misses. And so it's Washington holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Suns trail by 8. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Oubre. Mahinmi is out there with Morris. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Frazier in at the 1 spot. Now here's Booker. A second chance effort. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And the first one drops. That one is no good. Wizards leading by 7. Now Meeks. He kicks it to Frazier. Now here's Meeks. Down low. Here's Morris. Rebound by Williams. Jackson with it. Now defended by Oubre. Jackson misses. Washington shooting in this game 45%. Frazier kicks to Oubre. Frazier against Knight. Williams with the block. And they're able to recover. The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Here is Frazier. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Frazier over in the corner, Meeks. Good, great play set up by Frazier. And the Wizards lead by 7. Booker outside. Back to Knight from the arc. Rebound, Washington. Mahinmi's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Meeks outside. Rebound by the Suns. Here's Knight. Outside Jackson. Knight on the wing. Frazier covering. 6 to shoot. Warren sets the pick for Knight. Hits the front of the rim and out. Wizards leading by 7. Over to the wing. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
That's good from Booker on the assist by Knight. 18 points for Devin Booker.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And a guy like Devin Booker, so deadly already at such a young age in this NBA. Brent, the ease in which he scores is something that's hard to find in a player.
Well, it definitely is. And then the idea that you force a young player, Kevin, to take on that kind of load for what you do offensively. Averaged 11 shots his rookie year and then up to 18 in his second season. It's tough to sustain that kind of offensive relentlessness throughout the course of an NBA year. He did it last year. We'll see if he can do it again.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
And yes, it's good. And the Wizards lead by 7.
And Wall, just a talented offensive player, someone who lights up the shot chart from just about every area.
Payton with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. They set the pick to the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Down low, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Phoenix has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Beal, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe. And the fans clearly don't like that call.
And Booker kicks to Chris. Gortat with the block. Booker with it. Guarded now by Morris. Took the opportunity when he saw it. And that's 20 points for Devin Booker.
Now, Booker has a bit of that Klay Thompson in him. It feels like when he gets going like this, he can be very, very dangerous.
There's the pick. Outside Beal. Jumper off the screen. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Jackson passes to Payton. Over to Wall. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Payton. Washington shooting a pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. The offense not doing their best work of late. Outside, Wall. On the wing, Morris. Back to Wall. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Porter. There's a screen by Gortat. And Porter, here we go. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Suns trail by 7. Payton with the ball. Chandler outside. There's a screen by Chris for 3. Booker, and the Suns get it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Well, Chandler's being aggressive right now on the glass. Does a terrific job staying active and collecting the rebound.
Here's Wall after the made shot from Tyson Chandler. Back to Wall. Out to Morris. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
4 on the clock, and it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's the Wizards now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Morris a screen, and Wall kicks to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Beal with another miss. Suns trail by 5. Payton with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance, and stolen by Chris. Phoenix has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Wall against Payton. Booker outside. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by Booker.
I think the D is just fine with those kind of shot attempts coming from him there because he's not hitting anything right now.
Wall, good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Booker against Beal. Booker dishes to Chandler. The pass to Payton. With the teardrop, he lays it in. Payton's got 4 points this quarter.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
There's the pick. Morris a screen. Kicks to Beal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And that one falls for Beal. And both free throws good for Beal.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's a screen by Chris. A floater. Payton's shot is off. Washington leading now by 7. And here's Wall. It's Beal on the wing. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one goes in. Wall's got 12 points in just the second half.
And the tight defense there only seems to increase Wall's focus. Gives him a little extra lift on the jumper.
There's a screen by Chris. Chandler kicks to Chris. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Porter in the corner. Back to Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And that's where the defense failed. You can't let him throw that down. You've got to get over and foul him, send him to the free throw line.
And the Suns call time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
They had not been playing very good basketball coming into this game. And that's when a team needs its star players to step up and stop the bleeding, just like he did tonight. Payton against Wall. Payton kicks to Booker. And Porter comes to help. Porter with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Beal's running. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Suns trail by 11. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And so it's Washington with it. Jackson against Porter. Just 5 to shoot over Jackson. And the shot falls short this time. Booker outside to the right side. Chandler a screen. Payton kicks to Booker. They get a hand on it. Washington leading now by 11. Now Wall. Chandler with the steal. Now here's Jackson. Payton in the corner. It's stolen by Wall. Pass to Gortat. And it's blocked.
That's some good use of the length right there from Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
Jackson misses. Washington's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Wall against Payton. And Wall kicks to Beal. Clock at 6. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
One shot.
Free throw good. Porter with the premium placed an outside shooting Brent, plus defensive rules that lessen the need to defend in isolation. Will we see guys playing for more years than ever before? Less wear and tear because there's less of it inside in games.
You know, it's a great point, Kevin. I think that you're right about that. I also think that whatever we're doing off the court in terms of the players with nutrition and training regimen, that's going to be another reason why we'll see players be very effective well into their late 30s and sometimes into their early 40s, which is about my limit, Kev. I'm still effective at 45.
You are. Very effective at 45. Washington with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. It's Wall with the drive. Chandler with the defensive effort.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Warren's checked in for Phoenix. Troy Daniels comes in for Elfrid Payton. And Jackson no good on that one.
And they are excited about Jackson, a high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
Now, here's Meeks. Shoots a three. A shot by Frazier, no good. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. There's 14 seconds left in the game. And so Washington takes the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having them with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks, and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.